Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to complete the part related to the different types of sentences. Today in class, we talked about types of sentences. We said that there are four main types of sentences. There are simple sentences, compound sentences, complex and compound complex sentences. And we talked about coordinating conjunctions. We mentioned that coordinating conjunctions, which are fanboys, known as fanboys, are preceded by a comma if they join two sentences. So we said that these, wait, let me type it here. One moment. These coordinating conjunctions, like fan F. F stands for A, and N, nor B, but O, or Y, yet, and S, so. So we said these coordinating conjunctions can join single words, they can join prepositional phrases, they can join verb phrases, dependent clauses, and independent clauses. We consider a dependent clause as a complete sentence. So let's just simplify it this way. Whenever you have a complete sentence here, we add a comma before these coordinating conjunctions, and then we add the second complete sentence here. But if you have a single word or phrase or a dependent clause, we don't need a comma. So when you have a complete sentence, you should use a comma before these coordinating conjunctions. Okay, so we talked about these. Then let me check. We talked about so that. We said that so that shows the purpose of doing something. So that is different from because. Because shows the reason, but so that gives you the intended result, what you want to happen. For instance, I need to lie down because I have a headache. I mean, the reason that I need to lie down is that I have a headache. But if I say so that I need to lie down so that my headache will go away, so that is what I want to happen. I want my headache to be gone. So that is the intended result. And if you have present or future tense in the main clause, so that is followed with can, may, or will. But if you have past tense in the main clause, so that is followed with could, might, or would. So we talked about these. And then we talked about adverbial clauses of concession. We said these words, all these words have the same meaning as but. So all of them are talking about a contrast, right? So they show contrast. Although, though, even though, are followed by a sentence, and despite and in spite of are followed by a noun or noun phrase, verb ing, or this, or that, or what, or the fact that. So we talked about this in class as well. And now let's talk about the punctuation. We also covered the punctuation mark. We said if we start a phrase, we start the independent clause. We start the clause with although, then we need a comma at the end of the clause, at the end of the sentence, but however is followed with a comma. So the comma comes right after however, but the comma comes here at the end of the clause when you use although. And then we did some exercises. Then we talked about on the contrary. On the contrary means actually the opposite is true. For instance, I'm not short. On the contrary, I'm quite tall. So you just reject the first idea and you say the opposite is true. And now let's focus. So this is new information. Let's focus on the difference between however and therefore, because many students have a difficulty understanding when to use however and when to use therefore. However expresses contrast, and it means despite that. It means but. But therefore, the word therefore means for that reason. Okay, let's read the examples. Paul decided to go to Kenya. Steve, however, went to Dorset. So, but Steve went there. Pete went fishing today. However, John went fishing yesterday. So, but. However means but. It shows contrast. But therefore, as I said, means for that reason. And it is followed by a comma. Example. Margaret moved last week. Therefore, she didn't graduate with our class. So therefore means as a result, for that reason. Sam and John left before science today. Therefore, they didn't take the quiz. So for that reason, this is why they didn't take the quiz. Now let's do some exercises together. Please pause the video and complete these sentences with however or therefore. When you're ready, check your answers with me. Okay, I assume that you're ready. If you're not ready, please pause the video, answer the questions by yourself first, then check. So number 1, I don't like salads. However, I like vegetables. Here we have a contrast. It was raining. Therefore, she took her umbrella. So that is the reason for taking the umbrella. He went to London. However, she didn't see the Big Ben. Whoever goes to London wants to see the Big Ben, but this one is a contrast. He went to London. Therefore, she saw the Big Ben. So here, this one shows the result, or the reason. As the reason, or for that reason, she saw the Big Ben. She loved her boyfriend. However, she didn't buy him a present for Valentine's. She loves her boyfriend. Therefore, she bought him a present for Valentine's. They loved animals. Therefore, they had a dog, a cat, and a rabbit. Now, continue and complete these sentences with however or therefore. Pause the video. Please answer the questions by yourself first, then check with me. Okay, let's continue. They loved animals. However, they didn't have any. He was very fat. However, he didn't usually eat a lot. He was very fat. Therefore, it was difficult for him to find nice clothes. I won the lottery. Therefore, I bought a beautiful car. I won the lottery. However, I didn't change my old car. My brother loves sports. However, he doesn't play football. My brother loves sports. Therefore, he plays football, basketball, rugby, and golf. In your booklet, on page 17, we have some examples with therefore and other conjunctive adverbs. Let's read them. Jeremy kept talking in class. Therefore, he got in trouble. So that's the reason. Jeremy kept talking in class. Then look at the punctuation. You can use different forms of punctuation with this word as well, like however. Therefore, he got in trouble. Jeremy kept talking in class. He therefore got in trouble. I will explain in addition and nevertheless in the next slides. I just read the examples now. Don't worry if you don't know how to use it yet. You will get it. Your dog got into my yard. In addition, he dug up my flowers. What you said was true. It was nevertheless a little unkind. Nevertheless or nonetheless means in spite of the fact that. In spite of the fact that you have just mentioned to form a concession, which is a polite way to disagree. So we can come to this conclusion. Nevertheless, nonetheless, however, have the same meaning. So they mean but, right? My car payments are high. On the other hand, I really enjoy driving such a nice vehicle. And on the one hand, on the other hand, this is the way you're going to use it. So on the one hand, on the other hand. And you use it when you give another opinion or fact that should be considered as well as the one you just mentioned, when you have two reasons. Now here I have some extra material. They're good. Let's just take a look at them. As I said earlier, however shows contrast or an unexpected result. In some cases, these three conjunctive adverbs are used interchangeably. You can use however, nevertheless, and still instead of each other, and the meaning will stay intact. On the contrary, we said that says actually the opposite is true. Okay, now let's read some examples. You will get it better. Example A, men smoke less than in the past. However, the number of women who smoke is increasing. Studies show that cigarette smoking is dangerous to one's health. Nevertheless, millions of people continue to smoke. Or, studies show that cigarette smoking is dangerous to one's health. However, millions of people continue to smoke. Or, studies show that cigarette smoking is dangerous to one's health. Still, millions of people continue to smoke. As you see, we can use these three interchangeably. Our last exam wasn't difficult. On the contrary, it was easy. So here you have the first idea. The exam wasn't difficult. Then you say that the opposite was true. So what is the opposite of that? It was easy. On the contrary, it was easy. The teacher wasn't disappointed with the test scores. So this is idea one. Now, on the contrary, the opposite is true. She was very pleased with them. She was very happy with them. Okay. And now pause the video, and here you see in parentheses, you have two options. For example, for number one, you have two options. Choose the best conjunctive adverb that completes the sentence. You should understand the meaning, then choose the best one. Okay, for each number, you have two conjunctive adverbs. Okay, pause the video, do it by yourself, and check your answers with me. Okay, I assume you're ready. Let's start. My roommate and I ought to study during spring break. Nevertheless, we are going to take a vacation. So here you're just showing a contrast, but it's you don't deny the first one. You don't say that the opposite is true, right? You're still talking about a break or a vacation. Number two, I had planned to drive to Mexico. However, my car is too old. You can also say nevertheless, but I chose however for this one. Number three, my roommate doesn't like hot weather. Still, he wants to go to Mexico with me. So here you have contrast, but it doesn't deny, it doesn't say the opposite is true. So you cannot use on the contrary. Scuba diving isn't cheap. On the contrary, it can be expensive. So here you just show that the opposite is true. I have gone scuba diving many times. Nevertheless, I still have to be very careful. All right? More sentences, please pause the video and answer the questions by yourself. When you're ready, check with me. All right, let's begin. Number 6, I don't speak French very well. On the contrary, I speak Spanish beautifully. And I took French for 4 years in high school. Nevertheless, I don't speak it very well. I enjoyed the trip very much. However, my roommate did not. I enjoyed the trip very much. Still, I'm happy to be home. The next set of conjunctive adverbs show addition. So you add information. Moreover, furthermore, in addition, all these three conjunctive adverbs have the same meaning as and. So moreover means and. Furthermore means and. In addition means and. Okay? Besides adds another reason for an action. So when you say besides, you are giving another reason. In fact, adds emphasis to the idea in the first sentence. So whatever you said in the first sentence, you are going to highlight that sentence after in fact. All right, let's take a look at the example so you understand it better. Example A, Barbara's biology professor encouraged her to go to graduate school. Moreover, he nominated Barbara for a graduate scholarship. Or furthermore, or in addition, he nominated Barbara for a graduate scholarship. So they have the same meaning. They mean and. Barbara majored in biology because she was fascinated by the subject. Besides, here you're giving a reason. Besides, she knew she knew it would help her get a high-paying job in the future. So this is another reason that she majored in biology. Example C, Barbara passed all her examinations. In fact, she graduated with honors. So here you're just putting more emphasis on the first sentence. Okay, you say sentence 1 is true, and you add some light to it. The next set of conjunctive adverbs that we have are conjunctive adverbs of cause or result. Therefore, consequently, and as a result, have the same meaning, and they show the result of the idea that you mentioned in the first sentence. Hence, has the same meaning, but it is more formal. Thus, shows a logical conclusion. Examples. I can't speak French very well. Therefore, I didn't enjoy my trip to France. Or consequently, I didn't enjoy it. As a result, I didn't enjoy it. Example B. There have been fewer factory orders for new airplanes. Hence, many employed in the building of airplanes are fearful of losing their jobs. Example C. Airfares are going down. Thus, more and more people are able to afford air travel. The next set of conjunctive adverbs are related to condition. So otherwise. Otherwise is the same as if. It shows a condition. Just pay attention to this one. If you start your sentence in a negative format, if you have a negative sentence at the beginning, otherwise in this case is the same as if, when, thus. Right? Let's read the examples. You get it better then. Example A, we must find solutions to the problems of pollution. Otherwise, we may all be wearing gas masks one day. Example B, don't be absent from class. Otherwise, you will miss the review. So if you do that, you will miss the review. Okay. The next set is related to time, conjunctive adverbs of time sequence. There are only 3 in my list, then afterwards, and later. Example A, the protesters gathered a few miles from the downtown area, then they marched towards City Hall. Example B, the police asked the marchers to stop before they reached City Hall. Afterward, the police began to arrest some of the demonstrators. Example C, at first I was going to join the demonstration, Later, I changed my mind. So then, afterward, and later are related to time sequence. All right, now pause the video and choose the correct conjunctive adverb that you have in parentheses. Look at the example. The president is meeting with his closest advisors about the crisis and is going to meet the members of Congress later in the day. Then here you have as a result and in addition. So instead of and, I'm going to use in addition, of course, right? So they have the same meaning. The president is meeting with his closest advisors about the crisis. In addition, he's going to meet with members of Congress later in the day. So I want you to find the conjunctive coordinating conjunction and then use a conjunctive adverb instead with the same meaning. I assume you're ready. Number 1, the president wants citizens to know what he plans to do about the situation. So instead of so, I can say, therefore, he's going to speak to the nation tonight. So both sentences are correct. They have the same meaning. We just add variety to our writing by using different words. Example 2. Okay, a solution to the crisis must be found quickly. So you have or, you have coordinating conjunction or. So instead of or, I can say otherwise. Otherwise, the situation will worsen or the situation will worsen. Both are correct. We just have more variety in our writing. Number 3. Okay, let's continue. Everyone knew the two countries were heading for a crisis, but nothing was done to deal with the situation before now. So here you have this conjunction, you have but. Which word has the same meaning as but? Which of these two words can we use instead? Okay, the answer is still. So they have the same meaning. Now, pause the video and use the correct conjunctive adverb to join these sentences, please. Okay, number 4, people are not unconcerned about the problem. On the contrary, they're very concerned about it. So you say the opposite is true. As you see, here you have the negative sentence. They're not unconcerned. Then you say they are very concerned. So you say the opposite is true. Number 5, which one has the same meaning as, let me see, do we have one conjunction? No, you have 2 sentences. So which one shall I use here to complete the sentence? All right, let's read it together. Some journalists have accused the president's advisors of incompetence in the handling of the crisis. In fact, so here you just add emphasis to the first sentence. In fact, some newspapers have suggested that these advisors should be replaced. Number 6. Okay, the media did not spend much time reporting on the growing crisis until recently, so it's the same as thus. Many people know little about what has been going on. Now use the correct word to complete the sentence. All right, number 7, the financial markets are very worried about the situation. Consequently, the value of the dollar has gone down. Number 8, complete this one, please. Okay, the other side in the dispute is threatening to take tough action. Nevertheless, it is hoped as a solution satisfactory to both sides can be found. Number 9. The crisis could seriously affect the prices of certain products. Moreover, it could also lead to a shortage of these goods. Now, number 10. Let's check. People have very different opinions about what should be done because the problem affects people in different regions of the country differently. Besides, people's understanding of the situation is not great. All right. Now let's go to the booklet, page 17. Write 3 compound sentences using conjunctive adverbs. What are conjunctive adverbs? The ones that we just discussed. Therefore, moreover, in addition, besides, thus, hence, what else? However, on the contrary, still. So all these adverbs that we just discussed, you can choose 3 of them and make 3 compound sentences. Now let's continue. Here we just have some notes on punctuation. I read them fast. With proper punctuation, with semicolon, basically to show contrast. Some people have computers, then you have semicolon, others are afraid of technology. So you can just avoid using any words. You can just use punctuation to show contrast. Or with colon, people explain more. She divorced her husband, Cullen. It means I'm going to give you more explanation. He's not listening to her, was becoming unbearable. Dash is a line. Dash means I'm going to explain or emphasize something, and you can use it in place of colon, basically in informal writing. She married a different man. Then you have dash. You're adding explanation. Her ex didn't cook well. So what did we learn here? We learned that even with punctuation, you can show your intention in writing. If you want to show contrast, you can use this symbol. If you want to give more explanation, you can add colon. If you want to use more explanation or emphasis or add emphasis, you can use dash. And dash is more informal. All right. Now, these are the words that we discussed. Let's just take a look at them. In order to make a complex sentence, we must have one independent clause with one or more dependent clauses using these conjunctions, these subordinating conjunctions. After talks about time, although, contrast, while, can be contrast or time, as soon as, because, before, by the time, even if, even though, if, in case, since, so that, unless, until, when, while, and whenever. We discussed most of them in class, so it should be easy for you to make a sentence using these conjunctive adverbs and coordinating conjunctions. So she was watching TV while he was washing the dishes. So here you have time. Although computers save time, they take a long time to understand. Here you have contrast. You can copy down my answers, although I'm not sure they're right. Again, contrast. Most girls prefer to go to university while others prefer to marry. So here you have a contrasting idea too. So while, as I said, can refer to time or contrast. Since I owe you an apology, I bought these flowers for you. Here, since show a reason. So it is we can say adverbial clause of reason. It means because here. Punctuation note. No punctuation is needed before subordinating conjunctions when they come after the first clause in the sentence, except for although, even though, and while, when showing contrast only. So while showing simultaneous progressive actions does not need to come up before. So how can I know while it's talking about time or contrast? by looking at the comma. If there is no comma, it means I'm talking about time. If there is a comma, it means I'm talking about contrast. Okay. Now on page 18, you have some space to make your own complex sentences using subordinating conjunctions. Please do so. I will check your sentences the next session. Page 18 again, compound complex sentences. These type of sentences have at least 2 independent clauses with 1 dependent clause. Let's check. Sentence A, I don't like novels since they are lengthy. Here, since gives us a reason. Since means because. Novels are lengthy, so I don't read them. It's a compound sentence, so means as a result. Now let's just join them to make a compound complex sentence. I don't like novels since they are lengthy, so I don't read them. We practiced combining actually 4 sentences in the class. So you made compound complex sentences before. So it is the same. When computers first appeared, they were huge. Computers were huge, but now they are extremely compact. Now let's join them and mix them to make a compound complex sentence. When computers first appeared, they were huge, but now they are extremely compact. So you just made one sentence out of these 2. That is a compound complex sentence. And here on page 19, you are going to make 2 compound complex sentences using appropriate conjunctions. Please do so, and I will check your sentences the next lesson that we have together. Now page 19. These are punctuation mistakes in run-on sentences. What is a run-on sentence? Run-on sentences are known as fused sentences. And these type of sentences occur, we have these type of sentences when 2 complete sentences are squashed together without using a coordinating conjunction or proper punctuation, such as a period or semicolon. So it means that when we have 2 complete sentences, let me just simplify it for you. This is a sentence, this is a sentence. There is no punctuation here. There is no coordinating conjunction here. There is no conjunctive adverb here. So it is incorrect. It's not correct. We need something to make a compound complex sentence or just compound sentence. I have a car, then here, look, this is possible. You can just use a semicolon, I walk to work, or a colon, I walk to work, or dash, I walk to work, or comma, but I walk to work, or however, or here you can use a dot and then start a new sentence. So we have different possibilities. The only thing that makes a sentence wrong is not using the correct conjunction or punctuation. Without punctuation, your sentence will be incorrect. Page 19 again. These are mistakes with comma. When you have 2 independent clauses and they are incorrectly joined by a comma to make one sentence, we have this type of mistake. Look, let's grab a bite to eat, comma, I'm hungry. That is incorrect. Let's grab a bite to eat, full stop. It's a complete sentence. I'm hungry. Another complete sentence. That is possible. Let's grab a bite to eat because I'm hungry. This is possible too. But here we just have a comma in the wrong place. And sentence fragments refers to a group of words punctuated like a sentence but lacking an independent clause. Example, when I arrived, okay, I'm waiting for the rest of the sentence. Why do I have a full stop there? The meaning is incomplete, so the punctuation is wrong. She had gone, so that is incorrect. When I arrived, comma, she had gone. That's possible. She had gone when I arrived. That is possible too. So pay attention to independent and dependent clauses. Now, find the error, find the mistake, and correct it. All right, I think we can check the answers in class on Tuesday. As soon as I called him, he appeared in my room. What is the mistake here? Or you're late again. She's very angry with you. Is this okay? Find the mistake and then correct it. Page 20, you have this conjunctive adverbs list. Take a look at it, read it, study it, okay? Try to make a list like this. If I were in your shoes, I would make a list like this. For example, I would do something like this. 1 second. For example, I would just write adverbs, adverbial conjunctive adverbs. For example, time. I would make a list. Reason or purpose. I would just type them in one place. You can just separate them by yourself if you like. This is your list. And then contrast. What else do we have? Condition. Yeah. So you can add to the list if you remember. Addition. I just remembered addition. So you can add to the list and then put these words in the correct box. So this is the way I would learn these conjunctive adverbs, because otherwise you would use them wrong. Okay, do this. You can check your answers or check if you're not sure about your list with me on Tuesday. We can check it together. Now, page 20, here we have subordinating conjunctions list. Again, here you have a list. Make a list, please. Make a table and put them in order. And here we have punctuation essentials. First and foremost, the correct position for punctuation mark is right after the last letter of the word being punctuated without any space. However, there must be just one space after the punctuation. So this is for typing. If you're typing, this is important. What does it mean? For example, if I have this sentence, I have a pen, okay? And here I need to add the comma right after that. I shouldn't add a space and then comma. So this is just talking about space when you're typing. So I have a pen without space, comma, then one space. Here you can add the rest of the sentence. For example, but I don't have a pencil. And so, okay. So in this part, you just have something related to space if you're typing, okay? No space here, one space here if you're typing. And we talked about capitalization rules when we were discussing proper nouns and common nouns. Remember that? We said that we capitalize the first word of a sentence. So a sentence begins with a capital letter, with a big letter, and proper nouns are all capitalized except for seasons. We said that seasons are not capitalized, though they are proper nouns. We cannot capitalize them. All the other proper nouns are capitalized, right? We talked about that. And I is always capitalized. Now, exercise 21. I have the answer key in the next slide, but I want you to pause the video and do this exercise by yourself. Then check your answers with me. It says use the proper punctuation and capitalization where necessary. So punctuation, capitalization, comma, semicolon, colon, dash, okay, dot, and capitalization, big letters. Do this. When you're ready, check with me. So pause the video, answer by yourself, then check with me. Okay, I assume that you're ready. I just show you the answer key. I'm not going to read this one. All right. I assume you're ready to go forward. So this is the key to the exercise. Please check your answers. Now, exercise 4. It says complete these sentences in a meaningful way and punctuate them correctly. Example, Sean is not very handsome. However, he's a model. I want you to use although and complete the first sentence, or here moreover and complete it. Again, pause the video, then check your answers with me. Here we have different options. I will just show you a sample answer. You can write your own sentence, of course. All right, let's check. Number 1, I completed it like this. I applied for the manager position. Wait, okay. Although I don't have experience. Or number 2, the office wasn't clean. Moreover, the heater didn't work. Here, I added a full stop. Betsy is very beautiful. I added a full stop. In addition, she is kind and thoughtful. Number 4, the lecture was tiring, even though it was on my favorite topic. Number 5, the best university in Turkey is, you can choose the best university. Therefore, it is difficult to register at that university. That was my sentence, but you can of course change the answers and write your own sentences. If you happen to have different sentences, please, if you're not sure about your sentences, check them with me on Tuesday. Page 23, here we have mixed conjunctions. It says write 10 sentences of your own using each conjunction from the box. So here you go. We talked about almost all of them. Use them and make a sentence. You can write a simple sentence, compound sentence, or compound complex sentence. I prefer to see compound complex sentences if possible. If not, compound is okay too. So here, this one is homework. Exercise 24. Pause the video, answer this one. I will show you the answer key for this exercise. So please answer it by yourself, then check your answers with me. All right, I assume you're ready. I'm not going to read the conversation or explain it. I just show you the answer key. If you have any problems with any of the answers, and if you do not understand why one of them is wrong, you can ask me either in the comment section of this video, or you can ask me the next time that we have a lesson together. So here is the answer key. All right, let's continue. Exercise 2. Again, here, pause the video, do the exercise by yourself, then check with me. I will show you the answer key of this exercise, so please do it by yourself first. Okay, let's check. So here is the answer key. If you don't know why some of them are wrong or why some of them are edited, please do not hesitate to ask for help, okay? Next exercise. Here again, I have the answer key. I will show you the answer key, so pause the video, find the errors, and then check with me. I'm not going to read this one either, so let's check together. Here you go. Okay. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. You can write your questions in the comment section below. But if you're patient, we can just check them together on Tuesday. Otherwise, just answer. I will answer any questions that you might have if you write it in the comment section. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.